Hey everyone, my name's Amber.
I'm
I'm
Charisse.
back with another reaction video. Today we're doing Fugitive Droids King.
Yep, and it's Small Band Sunday.
Yep. So, thank you for reaching out to us. It's always nice to do small bands. So, let's
Yep,
get
we
into
always
this.
appreciate. Let's see.
Where is the gold? House not his home. Friends with the snakes. Slither and wait for the moment to strike. Wallow in our decay. You stay protected anyway. Prison bastard, what are you after? Keep posturing, we'll count the days. Failure to pay, mislead the way. Accused and lie, spit in the eye that exposes everything. Hollow in our decay, you stay protected anyway. Help be your friends, increase dividends, fabricate and misplace the blame. Socially insufficient, cabinet crammed full of peasants. Pay for the victim's silence, pretending things of human garbage. Look, there's such unity. These people think they're just like me. I found the phrases I can speak to gain their abject loyalty. Make sure they don't believe it. Accusations of sexual violence elevate so we can all regress. Wave all the numbers under the carpet. Torches so we can see the faces of our enemies. Illuminate the swelling sea of fingers pointing straight at me.
Okay, gotta pause.
Okay. Yeah, I like his clean vocals. Not as it's extreme, but I will say like he's not like super like extreme. Like it's not too bad.
Mm-hmm. I feel like this is almost like punk. I don't know what they consider themselves, but like with the music the way it is, and like the messaging in the video itself, kind of gives me a punk feel because this is obviously against the system.
Yeah, that's true.
And like how the ruling class always treats everyone like shit. And they
I
pay
could
to make.
tell you what
But
they consider themselves. Oh, I'm just saying. I found the email. They say they are a six-piece metal punk prog rock experimental band from Memphis, Tennessee.
I call it the punk.
Yeah, so they have a few genres. They
Because like the singing style where it's like almost like spoken is kind of a punk trait I've noticed. And the music not being like I don't know, like super duper complex sounding. Like I mean obviously it's more complex than it sounds, but like the more simplified sound also is another punk aesthetic to me. And a
yeah,
political message also punk, so that's where I got the punk from.
yeah. I mean, I agree. I mean, we have done a few punk bands, and as we know, like yeah, musically they tend to be a little more simplistic sounding because it's more about the message that they're trying to get across. And a lot of times the vocalist doesn't even always sing. Sometimes they're more like that speak singing. I do like that he at least is like actually singing more in
Yeah,
it.
and I like that they are, more than complex than your typical like '80s punk band where it was just like the same couple chords. Like this feels like they do in their metal flavoring that they also bring to it. You know, so that was really good. Uh, yeah, this is good so far. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I mean it's not bad. It's pretty good. Yeah, pretty enjoyable so far.
Let's finish this off.
Let's finish it. Yeah.
Beneath the swelling sea of fingers pointing straight at me. Garden blood for the seaman. Blood blood to Marianas. Piloted by ignoramus. Now escape from disappointment. Show your true intent. Tell them what you meant. Show your true intent. Tell them what you meant. Embracing fashion, broadcasting every action. Redacts until it's all raven. Move the margin straight up the page.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, this was pretty good. Yeah, and I also liked that they had like visual pictures with the lyric.
Yeah, it was interesting how it kind of morphed. That was always an interesting um way to do videos. There was another one we did that had a similar thing. Snakes had that, where the kind of morphed into other pictures at the same time.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that because it kind of gets the point across even more than just like reading the lyrics. You know what I mean? Like, because obviously this one got a very important message.
Yeah, especially like how like especially the rich tend to like try to hide their sexual assaults and shit by paying off the people that they sexually assaulted, or you know just use their money in other ways to get out of it.
Yeah, and because they did mention in the email, they said the song is about the rich and powerful and their grab for total and absolute control at our expense.
Yeah. Um, I agree in the abstract that way. Depends on who they're talking about as the rich and powerful, because I'm not going to assume the worst out of them, because they sound good, but that could also be used as a whistle for the right wing politics as well as left wing, because that's a populist message. It just depends on which way your anger's directed at whom. The them that controls everything, or the obvious blatant everyone that's really rich that's controlling everything in a different way, not just like one subset of rich people.
Oh yeah, that's true too. But yeah, I mean, definitely important messaging in there. Yeah, I mean, I like this overall. Of course, I'm not as into the more extreme vocals, but I will say he wasn't too bad. So with the extremes, like they weren't too intense for my liking, and they were neat some areas, especially like with the because I can see like there's some anger and frustration, in that part.
Yeah. Yeah, it's also talking about like how like especially one party likes to manipulate polls and everything, and so that public opinion looks different than it actually is.
True,
Like
yeah.
there's a certain way to do a polling where you grab the right subset of people, you can make it like something that's overwhelmingly popular seems very unpopular. So
Yeah.
I'm not a sociologist, so I don't fully understand all the like nuance on how to look at like a study and see like, oh, this is not a big enough sample size. This is the wrong method of doing it. Like just phone call versus like also like opt in online type deals. There's different ways of doing it, and like yeah, it's really easy to manipulate stuff, but
Yeah. But yeah, overall, I'll say this was, pretty good. The singer, he's got a nice voice and he used extreme when he needed to. very I liked his tone, like, when he was clean, and the music was pretty good too, like, it wasn't like, I was yeah, it was, still had simplistic parts, but it did have some areas that were a little more complex sounding than typical punk.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. What are you gonna give this one?
So, yeah, I like this. I'll give this a 8.4 overall.
I'll go 8.4. It was a nice blending of punk and metal, and then the messaging, like the mixture of punk's like kind of style with the metal style, like to make it a little more complex than basic punk was. So that was a nice combo. So I appreciated that.
Yep, very good. Yep. Yeah, the message was a good thing too.
Yep. So please check out links in the description for the original video and all of our social media.
And we just want to let you know that both our Patreon and PayPal are now open, so please just send us your requests and the links will be down in the description.
Until next time, bye.
Bye.